jumping up out of bed, I'm like, dang. Another day and I'm a fed of bread, I gotta get it. That's what my daddy said, and I gotta respect his gang. Come on, papa.
Alright, guys. Here they are. Finally. We've got our shipment from Braum is in. And we're gonna see what we got. Alright. The shipment came in 2 packages. Both of these small boxes were in a larger box. I pulled those out. And then of course these two, you know what those are. Inside the smaller boxes we've got our harnesses. Let you guys see the color we chose for the Koguchi. See if I can get them out. This comes with the whole hardware kit, everything that you need to put them in. Ooh, some nice padding too. You guys see we went with purple. These are fire, you guys. Yeah. All the hardware. I love the buckles. Buckles are sick. What do you think? My new suspenders. And we'll be doing a full install video on all this stuff too, but I just want to do a quick unboxing. Sweet little bag. I'll probably use these for something. Nice. Love it. Alright, I'm going to open these boxes up. See some seats. Hope you guys can see all this. Let's see what we got. Now, these guys are going to be shooting some video out here in my area. So they've graciously allowed me to feature my car in the video. So we'll do an install video for these guys. And then the homies over there at Optical Visions Media will be shooting a video. And it'll be a cool video on the local scene out here, the car scene. Yeah, I'm stoked. I can't wait. Should be some cool action shots. And Chad over at Optical Visions is the whiz with the camera angles and editing. He's amazing. So really looking forward to that. Now we did order the install brackets. I'm not sure if they're in with the seats or not. I'm assuming they are. So let's hope so. If not, they may be late. But I'm just hoping that they're in here with the seats. Let's see what we got here. Ooh. Comes in a nice bag. Look at that. See if we can get this out here for you guys. Oh. Yeah. Okay, so we do have sliders. Looks like there's a decal down through here. Not seeing the install brackets. Let's hope it's on the bottom of the seat. So, let's get to it. I love these bags. I don't know what I'll use them for, but I'm probably going to be keeping these bags. Oh wow, those are nice, you guys. Wait till you see this. And so hopefully in the other box are the sliders and the let's see, sliders are located at the bottom, sandwiched between 2 cardboard pieces. Okay, so that's why it's still heavy down there. The sliders are in the bottom. So let's see. Get this plastic cut off. Man, I hate to cut any of this stuff, but it's gotta be done. Don't cut the seat. So I can already see that these are super high quality. I love the material. It'll be easy to clean. And the piping is like a leatherette, which is really nice. So. Boom. There it is. We can get you guys a little closer up. Check out the material. I mean, the stitching, everything is super clean. They look incredibly comfortable too. Love the style. Love the quality. It's nice backing. Oh, and the covers zip off so they can be clean. No, I like that. Logo on the back. Nice silver shine to it. There she is. Yeah, man, these seats are fire. So, we'll set this aside. And I think probably the best way to get to this stuff in here is to flip the box and get to it from the bottom, maybe. Yeah, well, let's see. Oh, those are going hung up in the shop. Get those pulled out. And maybe we can get to it from the top. Probably not, because I'm not a giant. But let's see. Let's tip it. We'll see. Inside, down at the bottom is where they've got the sliders and hopefully the mounting brackets. So let's find out. I'm going in. And yes. Okay. So, we've got sliders. We've got, I believe, the adjustment rail. Pull on this some way to adjust the sliders, and our mounting bracket. And this will mount our sliders to the seat. Not the seat bracket. This is just to mount the sliders to the seat. So, hoping the brackets are in this box. If not, we probably have to just wait another day for those to ship out and get here. So, but let's open up these sliders. See what we've got in here. Definitely heavy, nice quality sliders. So inside the slider box, you guys can see, nice heavy duty quality sliders, come pre-lubed. Yeah, these are nice. And so I'm guessing, yeah, so that bar hooks onto these, you pull it up one way or another. And then the sliders will adjust. So yeah, so also a hardware kit for mounting, and yeah, everything comes with all the hardware that you need to get it installed. And this ring here will mount to the bottom of the seat. The sliders will mount to it, but we don't want to do that yet because we'll do a full install video for those guys. But I'm assuming that the mounting brackets mount into the car. At that point, we mount this and the sliders to the seat, and then mount that whole thing to the bracket. If not, then it would be, we'll mount the bracket in the car, we'll mount this bracket to that bracket, and then sliders in the seat will go on. So we'll get that all figured out. We'll come back and I'll shoot you guys hopefully a much better quality, more more in-depth video on the full install, and you get these Braum seats in your car. So yeah, we're stoked. Quality's super good. Really happy with the seat. It's gonna look really good in the hatch. So there it is. Unboxing. Let's get it. Peace, guys. You know what time it is. Braum seats are here. I'm just gonna give you a quick install video on the first part, getting your seat set up, how to get your sliders on. These are the Falcon X's. These are FIA certified, and amazing quality. I love these seats. Came in this morning, so I'm going to show you how to get the adapter plate for the Falcon X's. Some of you will need an adapter plate for the sliders. Some of you won't. So when you first get the seat, you'll see that it's going to come packaged with these Allen bolts already in it. They've got washers on them. Make sure you don't lose the washers. Pull those out first. Alright. We'll get these out of here, and we're going to get our adapter plate on here. If you do need an adapter plate, it's going to be wrapped like this. It's just a square plate. It gives you a little space between the material. You can see it's kind of uneven, so that you're not mounting your sliders directly to the seat. And so this is just going to square everything up, give you a little more rigidity. So, you get your adapter plate out, you're going to see that it's already got some studs set in it with nuts on them. You're going to want to run it this way. Doesn't matter, upside down, right side up. As long as these are running along the sides of the seats, because that's where you're going to mount your sliders to. So, we'll take those the Allen nuts, or the Allen bolts that we already had. Get this positioned up here. Try not to drop them. We'll just get one set real quick just to hold it in place a little bit here. And it's a little tricky to find the spot, but once you're in, you'll know. Give it a few threads just to hold it on there. And so basically we're just going to do that all the way around, obviously, and get this adapter plate mounted up. You know, you'll find that you probably have to press into the material a little bit with your thumb or whatever, and get a few threads in there. Once you get it threaded a little bit, it'll be a lot easier. We'll use the Allen wrench to get it in the rest of the way. The other two right here. Already done the other seat. Everything lines up perfectly. Really well manufactured. So once you get these two top ones in, it's kind of sitting flush. These other ones are easy to find the hole and get them in there. So being an FIA certified seat, or any seat really, safety is paramount. And you don't want to strip anything out. These are solid and they're going steel on steel, so you don't have to worry too much like you would with aluminum. But I'd give them a nice firm, snug wrenching down here, just to make sure nothing wiggles, nothing's ever going to break loose. So in a vehicle like mine, that's highly modified, everything's hard mounted in my car, suspension, engine, everything. It's a drift car, so it rattles a lot. There's a lot of vibration going on in my car, so it's a concern as far as screws and stuff breaking loose and kind of rattling out of place. So I am going to make sure that everything is nice and lined up really well and really snug. So nothing's going to rattle loose, nothing's going to come out when I'm driving or on the track or anything, because you don't want that, especially with your seats. So let's get this thread in here. Come on. This one's giving me a little trouble lining up, so if you have trouble lining them up, go back through. And I shouldn't have tightened these down before I knew that. I thought I had it threaded in, but make sure they're all threaded in before you get any of them tight. That way you still have just a little bit of wiggle room to adjust the plate if you need to make sure that it's all going to line up right. Loosen those up a little bit. Let's see if we can't get this guy to find its home here and sit in the slot that it's supposed to be sitting in. So you may have to play with it a little bit, but not too bad. See, there it goes. And remember that you are dealing with, there's a hole in the material, and so if you get that pinched in there or anything, it's gonna screw you up. So just make sure that your holes are clear and you get everything lined up and on point, and then we'll tighten them down. So like I said, you don't want these to come loose, so we're gonna go pretty tight with those. Especially seeing as how this is your first mounting point of the seats. Now once we get this on, we will install our sliders on here. And there's also a mounting bracket that will be specific to your vehicle. Mine are on the way for an 89 240 SX, which is an application that spreads across a lot of the Skylines, a lot of the Sylvias. It's the same mount. So now that those are good and snug, we'll go back around and just make sure that everything is nice and tight. Good. Good. Okay. Now you're going to come with some mounting hardware. Is going to come with your stuff. I found when doing the other seat that in order for your sliders to clear these guys, you're going to want a washer on these. That gives it just enough room to clear those. So we'll pull these off, and you don't need to worry about washers too much on this side. These are locking nuts, so should be good to go. I'm using a 13, I believe. Yes, those are 13 mil. Okay, let's get into our sliders. I did have a pair of scissors here somewhere, which I can't seem to find. So, oh, there they are, right ready. Don't worry about cutting into this. Anything inside that you're going to cut is steel, so you're probably not going to hurt anything. And we've got our sliders. Now, the sliders, obviously they're called sliders because you can adjust your seat forward and backwards, and they slide. The way that these are going to line up, so the brass looking part is actually the mechanism that comes off of these to allow it to move. So if we press down on that, and these will be tight when you first get these, they're going to be pretty stiff. They'll loosen up a little bit after you work them a little bit. So we're going to press down on that, and then we're going to slide this guy out of here. And what that does is it gives us access to these holes. So you'll notice that you got these two pins sticking out of here and a flat running spot. The flat side of this is going to go against the seat bracket. The side with the actual slider rail is going to go down. You're going to want these on the inside and the long flat part here facing towards the front of the seat. So what we'll do is we'll get on here, we'll line up our holes just like so. But like I said, throw a washer on here so that, I don't know if you guys can see this, but when you're on here completely, you've got this tightened down, this slider likes to come out and might just barely nick that. Some of them may not, some of them may. Just as a little added security, I'm adding washers to mine just to make sure that they clear. So we'll get this back on here, just like so. It's a super simple process too, you guys. Very easy to install, and we'll go back through and we'll show you how to install these the rest of the way in the car after we add the actual vehicle specific mounting bracket to the bottom of this setup. So we're going to go in here with our socket, just tighten down a little bit, make sure that that's in place. And I'm not going to tighten it all the way down again until you have everything kind of lined up. don't want to cinch stuff down completely. That way you still have a little wiggle room. With the sliders, it's not that big of a deal, but it's just practice for me. So now I'm going to press this in again so that it comes off the ridges. I'm going to slide my slider up so I have access to this bolt. Again, same thing. Right on there with that. Now that they're both on, everything's lined up, I will go ahead and cinch down this bottom one. And again, for safety's sake, don't want these rattling off. They are lock nuts, but I'm going to go ahead and cinch them down pretty good with a fair amount of force. So, push this back in again. Slide it back down so I have access to that, so I can just finish and tighten that one down. And repeat the process on the other side. 2 washers. Boom. Flat side down. Press this in. And down with the slider. Okay, now we've got both of our sliders on. I'm going to try to even these up, kind of right here, or wherever, just as long as the sliders are sort of even with each other. That way, it's easier to get your adjustment bar on. So that's pretty even. You're going to end up with one of these in your package. It's got these 2 holes on both sides. That is what these pins are for. Stick one on this side, get it set in there, and let's flip this around. Okay, now this is going to squeeze over. Be careful, this will spring back and hit you in the face. You don't want that. I like to get it right there and kind of hold it. Take a flathead screwdriver and pry it over the rest of the way. I'll just make sure that holes there. Voila. This one not quite in there, so I am going to tap it in there with a hammer. If I can find my hammer. Actually, this might even work. Let's see. There we go. See the adjustment bar sticking up there. What you have to do is we squeeze it into this space so that the 2 pins pop into the 2 holes. That way, when you pull up on this, some people flip this around so that these are in the back and you have to push down. For safety reasons, in case your foot hits this or anything and pushes down on it, you don't want to be sliding while you're driving or whatever. I think it's a safety risk. Having to pull up on this, that's probably going to accidentally happen way less often than accidentally pushing down on this. So having to pull up to adjust your seat safety wise is the way you want to go. So when we pull up on this, you can see now that releases our sliders so that we can adjust our seat. We let go of it, the seat's going to pop back into place and you're solid. So mounting bracket's on. Adapter plate is on, sliders are on, adjuster is on. You work this a little bit, these come pre-greased, they're actually greased really well and they work really smooth. Just working this just a few times and taking your slider rails and just kind of working them back and forth a little bit, loosens them up to where they're a lot easier. From the manufacturing process, they're going to be a little tight automatically, but you just work them a little bit and they're good to go. Alright guys, so our seat brackets are in and this is what they'll look like. Yours will be a little different obviously if you've got a different application. Let's see if we can get you guys scooted back a little bit. Here you go. Okay, as you can see, like in the Skylines or the Sylvias, S13s at least, the two front brackets kind of go over a little ridge and bolt down. Back one bolts down to the floor, but the bottom inside bolts to the tunnel. So you've got a mount on the side for this one. What's really cool is they've got this extra little lip here. I'm not sure if it was for a more universal application or what, but I can clip my harness right to that, so it's going to be nice. In the last video you saw that we got our adapter plate mounted up. We got our sliders mounted to that. Now that I'm looking at the way that this is all set up, should have thought ahead a little bit, probably, because we're probably going to have to pull these 4 mounting bolts off and pull this whole assembly off so that we can get the entire assembly mounted to this, and then we'll mount the seat again with those 4, then we can put the whole thing in. So it's probably going to be a lot easier to just go ahead and put those 4 in, mount all this stuff up, get it all lined up on the seat, and then go ahead and just pull it off. It's only 4 bolts. Pull this whole assembly off, then we'll mount everything to the bracket, get it all mounted back to the seat, and we'll put it in. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that off, and I'll be right back with you guys to show you how we bolt it to this and bolt it back to the seat. Okay, we're back. Now, so I've got the actual install bracket. What I've done here is I've hit the adjustment lever and slid my sliders out so that I can get to the holes. I've lined these up to where it looks like these center holes on the bracket are the ones that line up here, and so I'm going to get those lined up, bolted in right about there, like so, and slid over like that. Yeah. So the reason that I've got these sliders slid out this far is so I can get around this mounting bracket, so that I can get one of these guys up in here. So I'll line this up here in the center one. Take one of our nuts. Get that nut on there. And I'm just going to leave these loose for now. Just make sure that we can line everything up. Leave them loose. Just in case you got to do some fine tuning or adjustments to get everything lined up and fit. Alright, got those in. Now I'm going to hit my adjuster again here. And get these sliders out the other end. Again, so that I have access from up underneath, so that I can get my other bolts through here. Alright, so we'll get these lined up, we'll get all 4 of these bolted down, and then I'll be back and show you how we mount this back to the seat, and we'll mount the seat in the car. Okay, so now we've got our mounting bracket mounted to the rails, which is mounted to the adapter put. We're going to go back in with those 4 that we pulled out of the seat. We're going to get this back bolted to the seat, and then we can bolt it in the car. So here we go. This is going to get a little heavy, so I would suggest, personally, having someone help you. We'll manage. Get one threaded in here a little bit, just to hold it for us. We'll get a few more threads on it just to make sure it doesn't pop out. Alright, that's in there. Now, line up our next one down here. Few threads on that one, and this should sit here by itself afterwards. Starting to look like a seat, people. That's exciting. Can't wait to get these in the car. So, we got those bottom ones in. I'm going to go ahead and actually tighten these down all the way, because we're going to have to move our sliders to get to the other 2. So we'll get these ones tight. You can do the top ones first or the bottom ones. This is just where the seat was adjusted by the time I got done bolting the brackets all together, so I just left it here. But you can do either the front or the back, or here the top or the bottom ones, in whatever order you want. So now we've got our pull up. Let's see, get it to slide down here. Just needed a little convincing, I guess, huh? And make sure one line up here. Make sure the fabric is out of the way. And we do have a little fabric in the way, so I'm just going to go in here and get this fabric to scoot over. More of a straight shot into the hole there. Alright. I'll get this all tightened down and then we're ready to go into the car with it. And again, for safety, make sure this stuff is all tight. You don't want anything rattling loose. If you like, it's probably a good idea to go back through and just make sure after each step that everything's totally tightened down. That way you don't have to worry about anything rattling loose, anything like that. Just got it bolted down here. Adjuster spring clear. Okay, so we've got a completely assembled seat, completely assembled adapter plate, sliders, and our mounting bracket, and this guy's ready to go in the passenger side of the car. So let's do that. Alright, so here's the finished product, guys. By the way, here's the 240SX Beast. So what we've done is down here we've actually clipped our harness into our mounting bracket. Of course, we got the two front bolts that bolted right in. I don't know if you guys can see that. And then there's another one back down there. The other side we mounted an eyelet to the seat bracket for our other side of our harness back in there. And yeah, 4 bolts, piece of cake. Got this all adjusted. Our harnesses are actually mounted back here to our roll cage crossbar. So if you guys can see in there, probably not, but there's a crossbar in there that we mounted those to. And yeah, so there they sit. Now we'll just go ahead and get the other one all bracketed up and get it in the driver's seat, and we're ready to go. Thank you, Braum. As far as quality, these things are amazing. The harnesses are super comfortable, easy to install, and especially for being certified and for the price that you're paying, the value is second to none. So 100% recommend these to anyone looking to step their seat game up. These are the Falcon X's, and yeah, man, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned something. Contain Chaos out.
Yeah. It's 6 o'clock, jump in the